Hi, in this video we're going to be doing a warm-up for belly dance or for any other sort of activity. This is the warm-up that I usually do in my class. It's about 20 to 30 minutes and it not only will get your whole body warm, but it also includes a lot of conditioning exercises, strengthening for your muscles and stretching that are super important, not just for belly dance, but for pretty much any other activity or just good for your body in general. This is a great thing to do before your practice, but you can also just do it on its own if you want to get some activity in, get some toning in and building up muscle and flexibility. So if you have a mat, that's great. You do not need a mat. In my class, I usually don't use a mat, but I'm just using one today. So if you have a mat, go ahead and get that, and let's start. So we're going to start parallel feet about underneath our hips, and we're just going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, lifting our arms but keeping our shoulders down, and then exhale through your mouth as you bend forward. You can bend your knees here. This isn't about stretching your legs yet. Relax your head. Just starting to warm up our body and our spine. Take another breath in and exhale as you roll slowly up one vertebra at a time. Let's do that again. Inhale, shoulders down, and exhale. And here you can start to maybe try straightening the legs a bit. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, rolling up. Let's do that one more time. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Good. Now again, inhale, bend the knees, roll up. Open the arms to the sides and just open your chest to the ceiling just a little bit. Not getting too much into the back bend, but just opening up the front of the body. Come back to center. Let's swing side to side. Again, we're just warming up our joints, getting nice and loose. Good, let's take it over to one side. If you're following me, this would be your right side. Stretching the sides of the body. And the other side. You can look down here so that your neck is a nice continuation of your spine. And coming back to center. Let's grab our hands in front and stretch them forward. So this is stretching between our shoulder blades in the back. And then clasp the hands behind yourself. And now stretching the front of the body. And here again, let's lean forward. And try to bring your hands to the front of the room as much as you can. So that's really going to get into your shoulders and your chest and opening up. And bend your knees. Rolling up. Let's just do some shoulder rolls. And let's go the other way. Great. Let's come to a wide second position. So your legs are slightly turned out. You want to make sure that your knees are going the same direction as your toes. So we don't want to have our toes way out here and our knees pointing inside. They want to be in line. And from there, we're just going to start sliding our upper body. And now we're just going to swing the body around. So you want to have your arms nice and long here. And you want to feel like you're a pendulum, sort of. So you get that whoosh as you come around. Yeah, let gravity help you. So again, this is just going to kind of warm us up, start to get our blood moving a bit. Maybe get you breathing a little faster. Still nothing too strenuous. Good, let's do one more. So now we're going to end on your right side, my left side. So turn to the side, and then we're going to come forwards, keeping a flat back. So you don't want to round here. You want to make sure that your back is nice and flat, and the back of your neck should be long, an extension of the spine. So just holding that, and then we're going to fold over. Here you can let your head relax. Breathing. And now your right leg is going to come to 90 degrees. So you see it's making a 90-degree angle here. You want to make sure that the knee is right over your ankle. You don't want to be pushing the knee in front. That's really dangerous for the knee. Never do that. You always want to have this 90-degree angle when you're in this position. So you're going to put one hand down and then take your right hand and just open it to the ceiling, stretching the front of the chest. And let's switch. Other hand up. Back leg should be straight. Heel pointing to the back. Now let's take both arms up. You should be feeling a stretch here in your hip flexor. And from here, we're going to bend our back leg, but not touch. Just bend it down and bring it back up. And let's do it again. So this is strengthening our quads. Not easy, but really great exercise. Also great if you have knee pain, because sometimes knee pain can be because our quads aren't strong enough. So this exercise is great for that. So one more, and let's just bring that back leg down, point the back foot. You can clasp your hands behind your back to, again, stretch the front of your chest. You should also be feeling a big stretch in your hip flexor. Now you can stay here if you want, or if you can, you want to bring that back leg up and grab it with the opposite hand. If you can't do this, that's fine. Stay back in this position, or just try to slowly bring that foot up until you can get it into your hand. So this is again stretching the quad that we just worked. Good, now release that leg and come back. Front foot here is flexed. And again, you want to make sure you have a straight back. So no rounding. Straight back, pushing your hips to the back. Good, and now cross your right leg over your left leg. You're gonna sit up tall, facing the back. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, twist over your right side. This is a great twist for the spine. Try to, again, keep your neck long. Imagine someone is pulling up the back of your head. And inhale, exhale, come to the other side. You might feel some great cracks in your spine when you do this. That's great. Okay, coming back up, again to this 90-degree position, just for a moment. And then we're going to bring the back leg in. And now both legs are straight, so make sure you're not bending your knees. Front toes are in the air. And now we're going to roll forward. So my back heel is now off the ground. Relax your head, shake your head no, nod your head yes. And now we're just going to roll through the feet. Back to front. Great, and now turn to the front and swing side to side. And then just arms through the legs, come down here, just relaxing your spine, stretching it out a bit, and slowly roll up. And let's do the other side. So, going to come to your left, flat back of the neck long, and fold over that side, relaxing the head and the neck. And left leg comes to 90 degrees, right leg is straight, left hand up in the air, stretching the chest, breathing, and let's do the other side. Both hands up, Feeling the stretch in our hip flexor. We're going to come down and up. Down and up. Keeping the arms long. Building that strength in our quads. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, almost there. And last one. Point the back foot. Stretching the shoulders. Great. So again, you can stay here or you can grab that back foot. And this is really going to stretch out that quad that we just worked. Good. Release it. Coming back. Flexing the front foot. Again, long spine, not rounding. And facing the back. Cross the left leg over the right. And twist over your left side. And again, inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, over the other side. Good, left leg comes back to that 90-degree position. Right leg straight. And then we're going to bring the back leg in. And come onto that back leg. Front toes are in the air. And roll forwards onto the front leg. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And roll from heel to toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. And facing front, let's swing side to side. Head is nice and relaxed. And again, coming down. Stretching the spine. Great, now hands come in front. We're going to open our legs a little wider, and we're just going to bend twice on each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And let's do singles. So one time each side. And let's come down into a straddle position. So if you need to have your legs further in, that's fine, wherever you're comfortable. So now we're going to do an exercise for our glutes. So the glutes are these big muscles back here that we mostly just sit on all day, but they're super important. If you looked at the hip up and downs video, you really need your glutes for that movement. So this exercise is going to work your glutes. So you're just going to try to squeeze your glutes as you sit here. And you want to try not to move your legs, not to let your legs be part of that movement. Just squeeze those glutes. And I always recommend, especially for beginners, I know it looks weird, but use your hands. Because if you don't have that sensation yet in those muscles, touch can really help build that up, so you'll become more aware of how you're moving the muscle. So probably there's no one around anyway, so feel free to just check that you're really squeezing your glutes. And now we're just going to do one side. I'm going to do my left, so if you're mirroring me, this would be your right. So just moving that one, squeezing, and keeping the other one completely still. Again, you can check here. Check that one is working and the other one isn't. And let's switch. So now this would be your left. And just squeezing, sitting up nice and tall. Arms are out. We want to make sure we're not forgetting the rest of our body while we work this. Good. And now I'm going to say this if you're mirroring me, so you would be doing right and both, and left and both. Right, both, left, both. Right, both, left, both, right, both, left, both. So this is just getting your brain involved a bit too. Brain is important. Right, both, left, both, right, both, left, both. And now let's just alternate. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can go slower too, especially if you're not used to it. You can go 1, 2, 1, 2 if that feels good. Try to pick up the pace a bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or once you've done this a while, you can start going faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And let's go a little bit longer. Whatever speed is good for you. And let's just lean forward, keeping the knees pointed towards the ceiling. So just hinging forwards here as much as you can. Breathing. Relaxing. Okay, and let's roll up, shake out those legs. We're going to bring them together. I'm going to come to the side so you can see a little better. Sit up nice and tall, and we're going to come forward as far as you can. If you can come here, come to here. Wherever you feel a stretch, but it's not too crazy. So just stretching out the backs of the legs. Good, and now sitting up, we're going to do an exercise for our feet. So I want you to keep the toes flexed, so the toes pointing back to you, and with the toes flexed, try to push the ball of your foot forward. Keeping the toes flexed, so this is really going to work the muscles along the bottom of your foot, which are super important. And when you get so far that you can't go any further, then you can point your toes. And then we're going to reverse that. We're going to bring the toes back in, and then the rest of the foot. So again, ball of the foot, toes, toes, ball of the foot. This should be painful. If you're not used to using these muscles, this can be quite painful, but super important for dancers, for anyone doing dance when you want to point those toes. So I'm speeding it up a little bit, but still trying to keep all of those same movements and all of those muscles working hard. And now let's just go a little faster. Point and flex, but still keeping that pattern of reaching with the foot before I point the toes. Good, and let's just open a little bit using the inner thighs here to open. And now I'm going to open, point, bring my feet in, and flex. Open, point, in, flex. Open, point, in, flex. Open, point, in, flex. So let's reverse that. Point, open, flex, and in. Point, open, flex, in. Point, open, flex, in. Point, open, flex, in. Great job. Bring your legs in. Sitting up tall, you're going to bring one leg up straight, and the other leg is going to come to meet it, and you're just going to hold. So this is a great exercise for your abs because it's super simple. You don't have to do any movement, no crunches, no fancy anything. You just hold. And it's really hard. Okay, so my camera stopped recording while I was doing that. So now I'm back in this position for our abs. While you're doing this, you want to try to relax your face, relax your neck, your mouth, your arms. So you want to make sure that all the effort is being done by your abs and a little bit by your legs, but you don't want to have any extraneous effort where you don't need it. So I know it's hard, but try to relax the other parts of your body. And just holding. Good, and then bend the legs and roll down with control. Breathe. Take a nice breath, relax. And let's try to roll up again with control. It can be hard right there. And coming back up. Let's do that again. One more time. So bringing one leg up and the other leg coming to meet it. Trying to straighten those legs. If you can't, that's okay. You can work up to it. Yes, this can be really hard the first times, but if you do this regularly, it will get easier, I promise. It's also good if you want to have music on. That can help you kind of not think so much about all the effort that your abs are doing. And it can also make you hold it out a little longer because you think like, okay, I can hold it to the end of that phrase, just a little longer. Okay, to the end of the next phrase. And soon you'll have super strong abs. And again, roll down. Breathe, relax, and roll onto your stomach. Hands underneath your shoulders. Let's just stretch out those abs, so shoulders down. Just stretching a bit. Great, and come to your side. So if you're mirroring me, you would be on your right side. Now we're going to do an exercise for our obliques. So these muscles along the sides of your stomach, we're going to contract. So that's going to pull our hip in and then extend the hip away. So contract and extend. And you want to try to keep your feet together here. You don't want to be doing some weird movements there. Try to really control this movement as you do it. The obliques are super important in belly dance. We use them in so many movements. So it's really important to have them strong and to have good awareness of them. Let's do the other side. Just gonna flip around. So you're lying like you're on the beach, relaxing. Relaxing on the beach, doing your oblique contractions. So in and out. And you want to try to control it in both directions. So control it on the contraction and control as you release. One more. Great. Okay, come to sit cross-legged. And you're going to bring your arms straight up. Make sure your shoulders stay down. You don't want to be doing that. So shoulders down and arms long. And you're just going to lift your chest and drop it. Lift and drop. So this is not a big movement. It's a little movement. You don't want to be moving your whole body. Just your chest. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and 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 down. Good. Now we're going to bring the chest up, drop it, squeeze your upper abs in, and then squeeze the lower abs in. I don't know if you can see this because I'm wearing black, but the chest comes down. I squeeze here, so the abs that are kind of above my belly button, and then I squeeze in my lower abs below my belly button. So 3 movements. Down, upper abs, lower abs. And then prepare by bringing the chest up. Down, upper abs, lower abs, up. Down, upper abs, lower abs. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And keep the arms long, keep the spine long, don't sink down. That tends to happen a lot. That I see people sinking, I see their arms sinking. Reach those arms long, reach the back of the head high, and just contracting down the front of the body. Down, in, and down, in, down, in, down, in, and now smooth it out. So it's like a roll going down the front of the body. Roll, 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 and roll. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lean forward. And relax, breathe. Relax your neck. Walk your hands over to the right, just kind of stretching the back. And walk your hands over to the left. And come back to center. We're going to come onto our feet and you want to try to push the heels down as much as you can. So just stretching out the Achilles tendon back there. Good, now bring your heels down. We're going to straighten the legs. Walk your feet out to a wide second position. So again, your legs are turned out here, not parallel, turned out, knees pointing in the same direction as your toes. Good. And you're going to push here. Try to push your knees open. You can also use your elbows. That's really good to stretch out those inner thighs and open up the hips. So pushing my knees back with my elbows. Good. From here, we're going to push our hips back. And now I'm going to straighten my legs and come forward. As I do that, I want to push my hips forward. So this part of my hip, I want to push it really far forward. And again, coming back and pushing forward. So this is going to really open up our hip flexors. And if you spend a lot of time sitting, as most of us do, you probably have tight and weak hip flexors. This exercise is essential. So great exercise. Forward, back, forward, one more, back, and forward. Last exercise, we're going to bring the legs in a little bit. Again, second position, arms out to the side, and we're going to plie. So we're just going to bend our legs and plie. And you want to make sure, when you're doing this, that your back stays straight. So I'll show from the side. So you want to keep your back straight. You don't want to stick out your butt when you do it. So as if your upper back is an elevator, you can imagine going just up and down. Good, let's add some arms. So just follow along with the arms. 3, 4. Good, now lift your right heel, and we're going to keep doing this. Again, with the arms. Good, switch, lift the left heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down. Bring your head down, and walk your feet in. Head down, bend the knees, and roll up. So that is your warm-up. Now you should be ready to practice, or if you want, you can just call that your workout for the day. You could maybe stretch a bit after this. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did like it, please subscribe to get more videos and click on notifications to be notified when they come out. If you have questions or things you would like to see in future videos, please just let me know. Thank you for watching.